Tonight in this class, Berkataner, we will go over candle in Hebrew, breaking down the Hebrew language and how it assists you in understanding the frequency of this class, the history of candles, candle as a symbol of the soul, blessing candles, the element of fire, the 72 names of God, the planetary alignment, cycles of the moon, materials for blessing candles, and reading candles, and also tapping into We Pray Love's mission for this class. Now, going over Ner, which is candle, giving you a little insight, background of the Hebrew language. The Hebrew language is a light language that is based on a deeper spiritual and mystical properties. Each letter, each Hebrew letter carries its own unique vibration and frequency. And some sources associate with the letters with the musical notes, contributing the esoteric understanding of divine principles, geometry within ancient teachings. It's seen as a symbolic representation of the divine order and structure for creation. The combination of the Hebrew letters, language, and gematria and Kabbalah. Kabbalah means one who opens themselves to receive, becoming the container that received the divine emanations, revelations from the higher self, from the divine aspect, from your subconscious, from your ancestors, from your guardian angels. When you clear self, submit self to become the vessel to receive and emanate that message from the dimensions, from the multiverses, from the cosmos here on earth. This is what Kabbalah means. In English, the word Kabbalah means receptive, reception. The forms and framework for exploring the mystical dimensions of reality and connecting with spiritual truths. Many things that are written that were left behind by the ancients were purposefully missing pieces of the puzzle. Why? Because it wants you to be the co-creator in that divine quest for truth, who align to the enlightenment based on their heart, based on their desire to be one with the divine. Therefore, no matter what modality you follow, no matter what ancient teachings you step into, you're always going to have to be the co-creator to sit and receive the truth of what they meant when they left us these technologies, when they left us the handwritings on the walls, when they left us the ancient scrolls and the writings. It is for you to tap in and receive those missing keys. Nun is the first letter in Ner, symbolizing humility, hidden potential, and miracles. Numeric value, the numeric value is 50. 5 plus 0 is 5, which 5 represents the energy of change, the energy of the elements, and so much more mystical energies that lies just behind the energy of 5. Nun is connected to the idea of the downfall followed by ascension. We had to descend from the higher realms. From no matter where you came from, according to the maturity of your soul, you descended to enter a physical vessel, which means Nun is constantly reminding you of that descension, but the ability to ascend, as its form shows a bent shape, symbolizing submission and humility. When you really tap into the energy of the heart and humility, you surrender to the reality that even with all your might, all your magic, all your power, you are minuscule to the essence of the creator, to the multiverse, to the universe, in all universes. So it in itself brings the true essence of humility, that bent, that hold, that that reverence, that I am grateful just to be part of it. Yet, I am a small link. I am a small drop to the ocean. Noon is associated with the energy of miracles. The word nes means miracles, and symbolizing the hidden transformative power that can lead to redemption and spiritual enlightenment. Resh is the second letter in Ner. The numeric value is 200, which is a 2. 2 is the duality, spirit and physical realm. Symbolizing Resh, symbolize the head. It represents the beginning of transformation. When you begin to recognize where your thoughts lie, where you are, what energy you house, that is the moment of awareness in which you begin to say to yourself, I no longer desire to vibrate on this frequency, think these thoughts, feel this way. That's the beginning of transformation. While the Resh can denote poverty or lack, sometimes we go through lack of self, lack of love, lack of experiences, lack in so many forms, just to recognize that we lack nothing, but only through the essence of where your mind is, where your thoughts are. Will you know? Are you in lack, or are you striving towards that head, that Godhead, that alignment, that divine source? Resh is the potential for growth and change. It is the letter of choice, either representing distance from the divine or the opportunity for spiritual elevation through tshuva. Tshuva means my answer. You were called. What is your answer? Resh is the energy of taking accountability, repentance, recognizing I made mistakes. I own them. But I am now in a state in which I can change them. The spiritual aspect of Resh is associated with the renewal and the ability to rise above challenges. It is often seen as an opportunity for rebirth, emphasizing the human capacity to reconnect with the divine light within, despite previous separations. No matter what you've experienced, no matter how far you judge or feel guilty about the experiences you had, when you tap into the true essence of redemption, you recognize that the divine never judged you. It was only the perception of the mind that you attach guilt, fear, and shame to your experiences that you one called for growth, elevation as a soul. The Ner, putting both of these letters together, symbolize the balance of physical and spiritual life. In Kabbalistic thought, it often represents the soul as a candle flame, which flickers in the physical world but is rooted in the higher spiritual realms. The letter Nun and Resh together illustrate the journey of a soul from one state of humility and hidden potential to a point of renewal and enlightenment. Resh is the process of involves navigating through challenges by ultimately reaching a higher state of spiritual awareness. In essence, Ner reflect the dynamic interplay between the physical and the spiritual, emphasizing that light comes through both humble submission, surrender to the divine will, and potential for transformative rebirth. Each time you are presented with a rebirth, a change, an elevation, a growth. It is your choice to answer the call. History of candles. The earliest uses of candles by Egyptians and Romans from light and rituals. In ancient Israel, oil lamps were more common, but candles later became. In ancient Egypt, known as Kemet, spiritual usage, candles or oil lamps were often used in religious ceremonies, symbolizing the presence of gods and guiding the dead into the afterlife. Ancient China and Japan, spiritual practice, candles were used in Buddhist rituals and other religious ceremonies, symbolizing enlightenment and spiritual awakening. I want to say something about religion. We all know that religion was man made. Yet, all religions are hybrids of the truth. In each religion, there are keys of truth that are guiding you to collect and step deeper into your awareness. Many of us have been called to go through different modalities, different religions to collect those keys. Candle symbolism in different cultures. Buddhism, candles are lit as an offering in Buddhist rituals, symbolizing enlightenment and the transcendence of life. The flame represents the Buddha teachings. Buddha was enlightenment. He's one of the first men on earth who gained enlightenment in this physical body. What does that mean? He didn't just tap into his ancestors and his guides. He was successful in bringing the light consciousness, drawing down his entire higher self in all its essence into his physical body, thus activating his light body to emanate it, to teach people how one can obtain such enlightenment. So, using this energy, guiding souls out of ignorance. Ignorance just means lack of knowledge, lack of awareness. In Hinduism, the use of candles and oil lamps in Hindu rituals symbolizing triumph of light over darkness. In the festivals of Diwali, oil lamps called diyas are lit to celebrate spiritual light, prosperity, and the victory of good over evil. In Africa, the history of Africa derives from culturally significance. Traditional uses, candles provide light in homes, especially in rural areas, and play essential roles in rituals and ceremonies symbolizing illumination and the divine presence. The cultural significance, candles are integral part to many ceremonies, including weddings and funerals, symbolizing hope. Candles appear in African literature and art, representing the knowledge, enlightenment, and the fragility of life. Overall, candles in Africa reflect and blend of practical, spiritual, and artistic elements across various cultures. Candles, according to Kabbalah, holds profound symbolic and spiritual significance, representing the deep metaphysical concepts about souls, the divine, and the relationship between the physical and the spiritual worlds. Candles are not merely sources of light, but serve as a metamorphosis for the human soul and spiritual journey towards enlightenment and connection with the divine. Their sacredness lies in their ability to symbolize the eternal light of God and the soul's connection to the light. The soul of man is a candle of the Lord. Proverbs 20:27. In this context, the candle symbolizes the neshama. The neshama means the soul, the divine soul within each person. Just as a candle flame constantly flickers and glows upward, trying to ascend, the soul too yearns to return to divine source. Blessing the candles. Using your candle and holding it in your hands, breathing and connecting to prayer, breathing and connecting to the sacred essence of your heart, your spirit, activating your intention. Pray over your candle, set an intention. The power of kavanah, which is intention, driving force to connect to the heavenly realm. You set the tone in which you can use this candle, this symbol of your own soul, to transform and to manifest desired outcomes. Keeping your meditation on track. When we think of meditation, we can meditate in waking state, we can meditate in sleep state and conscious state, alter consciousness, but it is all about setting the true intention of your heart and your spirit to align to your true manifestation. You can want, according to the astrological alignment, to manifest new divine qualities, expanded heart, understanding the divine's plan, calling forth more knowledge and wisdom, calling forth more courage and strength, calling forth flexibility. These divine qualities help you to ascend through any obstacle that you are experiencing. Let's not denote that we also can use the energy of intention using candles also to transform your earth reality, to call in manifestations of substance. Kavanah is the primary force of the letters, the 72 letter name of God. Using Kavanah as the vehicle for drawing the appropriate spiritual energy to align to your manifestation. Going over the element of fire. Fire, especially its light, represents the Or Ein Sof. Or Ein Sof means the never-ending source of light of God. It symbolized the divine presence that permeates all of creation. The act of bringing light through fire, such as lighting a candle, represents invoking the light of the divine into the physical world, into your reality, into your home, into your sanctuary. But think about this candle as an external manifestation of what's on the inside. What kindle do you wish to light? This transformation and renewal, fire is the inherently transformative energy. This element helps you to transform any energy from a growth to rebirth, a death to renewal. It has the power to turn matter into ash, symbolizing dissolution of the physical and the elevation of the spiritual energy. This reflects the concept of tikkun. Tikkun is correction, correction of the soul, reflection of your spirit. When you gain awareness that it's time to go deeper, it's time to expand, it's time to understand the depths of truth, using the transformation, using element of fire. Now, the element of fire could be burning fire rituals outside of your home, a fire pit. Inside your home, if you have a fireplace, you can burn intentions and set and take off with intention for it to rise into the universe. In Kabbalah, where lower states of existence are transformed and elevated towards the divine unity, the element of fire is one of the most strongest elements of the divine's presence and emanation in this universe.